my testimony. This is to let y'all know what happened to me back in the day. Sorry, I'm around a lot of people here. All right, so back in the day, I was like, how you say? I was living a bad life. I wasn't living the best life. I was running the streets, doing what I wanted. I was working. I had a job, but I was with this girl. I had been with her for 15 years, and I was in the streets trying to like. I'm not saying gang banging, but sorry, there's a lot of people out here, man. All right, so I'm not gonna say gang banging, but it was kind of like the same thing, kind of because I was doing what I wanted. I was terrorizing the neighborhood and the people in it. You know what I'm saying? Um, like there was these dudes in the neighborhood that were supposed to be like big dogs, and like you know what I'm saying. Like I didn't care who they were. Like if they disrespected me, they were on my list. I'll give you an example. There was this dude, they used to call him Big Bird. He was way bigger than me. He was like almost 7 feet tall, right? Whoa. And this is when I started growing up. I started becoming very like not all there. I was doing a lot of drugs, a lot of cocaine mostly, drinking, everything. So I didn't. I wasn't living a good life. Keep in mind this story is gonna lead to when I found God and when I begged him for to show me he was real. I was literally begging him, telling him like, "Show me you're a real person and this and that." But we're gonna get to that part, guys. If y'all want to see that part, just fast forward to that part. Anyways, so I was growing up in the hood doing my thing, and I started getting crazier from all the drugs and the alcohol and stuff. So when people would disrespect me, I would lose my mind. So this guy Big Bird one night, he had said something to me that kind of pissed me off. Like he was trying to like punk me around because I was smaller than him, and I got angry, man. So I told him, I was like, you know what? I was like, what'd you tell me? I was like, dude, I'm gonna come to your house right now, and I'm gonna do something that you probably wouldn't expect for somebody like me to do. And like, I don't care if your kids are there, your wife, whatever. I don't care. I'm coming right now. So he begged me not to come. So he understand I meant business. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go because he begged me not to go. I didn't expect that from him. I thought we were really gonna like do our thing. So then time had passed. I stopped hanging out with him, I guess, because he didn't want to hang out with me no more after what I told him. So then another friend of mine, he did a tattoo right here on my chest. It's a Joker piece. It says Joker on it. Joker, big old English letters, old English. So my homeboy did that for me. But same thing, that homeboy used to be the one in the neighborhood that was known, like everybody was scared of him and shit like that. Well, after he did that tattoo, I was smoking weed, drinking beer, everything, doing my thing. Some time had passed, like about a year or two, and I was still crazy doing my own stuff. So one day, I call him and I'm telling him like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's not answering the phone. It was his girlfriend, and I told her I was like, "Hey, let me talk to him." And I hear him in the background talking shit. So I got pissed off, right? So I told his girlfriend, I was like, "Look, put him on the phone. I need to talk to him." And he didn't want to. So me and my mind all coked out and drunk and not thinking clearly. And I told him, I was like, "Tell him if he don't get on the phone, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna huff and I'm gonna puff and I'm gonna blow your house down." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the big bad wolf. I was gonna come over there. He knew what I meant. I'm not gonna explain it explicitly, but he knew what I meant. Um, so he told me, he's like, "Nah, don't come over here." And I told him, I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry." He told his girl, he was telling him like, "Nah, tell him not to come over here." And I told him, I was like, "If you don't get on the phone, I'm gonna come over there, and you're gonna wish I never came over there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care who's at your house. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna huff and I'm gonna puff and I'm gonna blow your fucking door down. You know? So I guess he got scared, whatever. And he told me he was sorry, and I didn't go over there after all because I ended up talking to him. So I stopped doing what I was. After that happened, I thought I was a boy, you know, like people were starting to take me seriously, you know what I'm saying? Because the way I was all crazy and shit. So, anyways, I used to have a lot of weapons at that time. I had handguns, I had AK-47, I had a set. I had a 1911 and an AK-47 matching set. Like I had a lot of different guns, man. So, anyways, I was one day after doing all that shit I was doing up my nose and drinking and smoking weed and everything, my life is still going and I'm with this girl, you know, I had been with her for a long time, like 15 years, and she ends up like cheating on me throughout the years and shit, but I take her back, I ignore it, whatever. Um, so all of a sudden I was having some beef with some dudes from the neighborhood, right? Um, I had fixed one of their computers because I was fixing computers and shit. And keep in mind, I verified with my own mind the computer was running badass. There was nothing wrong with it, whatever, right? And I sold him a computer, right? And it was running fine for like a whole year and everything. Nothing wrong with it. A whole year had passed, close to a year. And then all of a sudden, after a year, they tell me like, "Hey, the computer's not working. You ripped me off, blah blah blah." And I go, "Dude, you've had it for like a whole year." So they're like, "Let me see what's wrong with it." It's full of viruses, dude. They were just downloading all this shit they shouldn't have been downloading. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even my fault. It was their fault. So I ended up blowing them off, right? And keep in mind, this is one of my business partners from the street. You know, we would hang out, make money together and shit. You know. Um, so then one of these other guys that I know, right? There's this other guy I know. He has a brother, right? It's both of them, him and his older brother, right? I didn't know the older brother. I just knew the younger guy. The younger guy wants his computer fixed and comes. I'm gonna have to finish this story later, guys. Follow me for more. My girl's coming.